Before, all I had for information on my ad tracking was this right here. Originally I was doing 8 at 8, like a 24-hour cycle. Then I switched it up, doubled it down, so now going forward I'm usually going to be doing a morning and a night cycle, so we could even see what places are getting more ads in the day versus the night to see if there's like a difference there in like the user and things like that. What this does is it compares ZipRecruiter plus LinkedIn to just Indeed itself. Finds the percentage better that it's doing. This is in 3 territories. This isn't just 1 territory. Finding how much more efficient the ads are. Now, in the beginning, 1 state was doing much better than the 3. Now, it's a lot lower, but if we multiply the Indeed results times 3, so it's a fair fight, it's usually better, it seems. We're going to keep this going for a while to track it, but this was all we had before. Then I realized there's a lot more holes that we need to fill up, gather information on so we understand better what's happening in our system here. So I put these charts in over here, which is, and they came at separate times, but I didn't want to make videos for them all, it would have taken forever. It's just the percentage of applicants that came in from Zip versus Indeed that actually got to this page. So that shows that even though ZipRecruiter has many more hits than Indeed, like over here we're looking at 109 to 50. At the same time this is happening, realistically, most of the applicants are from Indeed. So this was a great chart to have, so we can see that even though this is like next, like half sometimes of what ZipRecruiter is doing, it's really the one that's getting us any hits. It shows the percentage of applicants from each territory, so we can see that we're getting most of our people from Connecticut, so we're going to realize that's where our interviews are coming. Maybe we can cut back on recruiting or not think about it as much. Like keep it that level, but not focus as much there. And really work on Georgia and Carolina, more so Carolina, because it's at around 16% versus like 23. Hopefully we can get at least each up to 25, minimum. And then over here we have the percentage of applicants scheduled versus other. That meaning either they weren't interested, or missed an interview, or we actually rejected them, scheduled them, etc. And we use this basically so we can see out of everyone, alright, we know we're rejecting 41% of people. We can see that we really wanted like 9%, but we're not getting that out of everyone yet. We scheduled 23%, that's a decent number, we want to get it higher. And that we still have 22% workable people who are interested, we have all the information, we're good to go. So it just helps keep us focused. And then I realized that this was a little bit difficult, because if I wanted to change the filter, like let's say I wanted to get rid of the rejected people, because let's say I wanted to see how effective we were within this, within what we have, what we want, I would have to come over to my forms and change a filter there and then come back here. So instead what I did was I made a second page over here, which is another improvement, and I made the second round of charts, and I labeled it with rejected included, without rejected included, so we could see without the rejected people, Indeed was 75%, still is, so that's good to know. So it's even with that, so we're not rejecting more people in one than the other, naming like Connecticut versus CT. But it just broke it down where we're getting most of our fully applied applicants, Carolina, and then scheduled versus other. This is important to me because this is out of everyone who we have information for. This is breaking it down to see who we scheduled, how effective we were at that. So 35%, not horrible, need to be better. We can see that this is literally 53% of people, even though they gave us their emails and phone numbers and filled out the form, aren't getting back in touch, even though we already had 2 points of contact. So I'm starting a call system for that. That's a different video. But that's what all these charts are used for. That's why it's important to have both, not just one or the other. And instead of having to jump back between forms and change filters to see things, I get this. And then another improvement I made once having these is at the end of every day, or well, 8 o'clock really, I'll use my snippet tool, and I'll do it now because it's actually 9 and I didn't do it yet. Go like this, file, save as. Now why I'm doing this is because I realize that the chart's going to keep updating as information comes in, so we won't have like forensic data. So right now it's like minuscule and I started late, so it's hard to see the difference. But from here we can see that yesterday we had 16% in North Carolina yesterday, and then we can compare it to today. Sorry, I was like dabbling on with numbers, but now we can compare it to today, see how the numbers compare. So it's going to be marginally different now, but you know, if we compare our day 1 to month 1 or whatever, it's going to be a huge difference, and we'll be able to go back and track it, when it happened, where and why. You know, be able to scroll through